Hi, thank you for tuning in to Family Focus Mothers Who Care, sponsored by Increase the Harvest. I'm Zerlina Smith, your host, and this is my co-host today, a member of Mother Who Cares. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Karen Hunt Ahmed, and I am so happy to be a part of Mothers Who Care.
See, now today what we're going to free fall some things because we are West Side residents and we are single parents. We're also advocates and organizers and whatever you want to call it. We wear many hats in our community, and we want to talk about single parenting. We're going to tell you more about us. You can get to know the type of people we are and what we do and how we just support one another in getting through the issues that pretty much not just plague our household but plagues the community and why we fight. So let's kick it off. It's just going to be like a little chat session, a 2-part, 3-part series. Hopefully you can see all 3 parts, because I think by us just expressing who we are and what we do, you'll get a chance to know why it's important for us to get your support to join us and to help us organize around serious issues that go on in our community. So, as a single parent, what are we going through?
Oh my goodness, what do we not go through?
Exactly.
Being a single parent I think it's a hard job. What do you say?
A non-paying job.
It's a non-paying job. But one of our issues that we go through is the money issue, actually. And one hopes we get paid, but as a single parent, you don't have a second income in the home. So we're not only the parent who takes care of the children, we're the parent who has to earn a living. And that is very, very difficult if you've tried it or if you haven't tried it.
Yeah, and trust me, when we talk about financing, me and my 9-year-old cherish every one of those cherish. We laugh and we complain and we have debates about why she can't do this and why she can't do that. A lot of people don't know, her dad passed on May 29th of this year from a heart attack, and then went into a diabetic coma. Lo and behold, not knowing that he didn't have his finances together, no life insurance or anything, I'm left with a 9-year-old who's in private school, who loves doing any and everything under the sun that costs his mommy some money. So as a single mother, when we talk about finances, we have to worry about putting food on the table. We have to worry about paying lights, paying gas, and if you're a property owner, paying water bills, property taxes, car insurances. By the grace of God, we don't have car notes, right? I know you don't have a car note. I don't have a car note. Okay, so that's one less expense that we don't have to worry about. Yeah. But we work jobs. We probably work harder doing the free work that we do in the community.
Yes, definitely.
When you just put all that together, I think like with the violence being so high in our community as a single parent, my daughter keeps pushing me to say, let's sell our house. Regardless of loving the work and the advocacy that we do, she's like, can we go somewhere else, Mommy? Because of the riddling and gunfire. Right. And I tell her, I ask her before I tell her, I say, well, where is it you want to go? She say, anywhere but where we live at. I say, well, we own this house. And you can tell me what Cherish will say after that, right? What do you think Cherish will say?
Yeah, she'll say, but it's expensive.
To live in a community that I can't walk down the street, I can't ride my bike.
I want to play outside, Mom.
Exactly. Yeah. And then she waits for Karen's daughter to come over because all her friends are teenagers who really are a blessing to me, because without them, and this is the support that we do, without having the girlfriend circle, it makes it really hard being a single parent. And when you think about what I went through recently with my daughter's father passing, what I'm still going through today, thinking of when school starts back, or right now at this present moment, paying for summer school programs or paying for programs, period, just for me to go to work, ends don't always balance out.
That's right.
So then you think about, where's the time for yourself?
Right.
Where's the time for yourself? And when we were sitting here waiting to start for you guys, we were saying how we changed our diets, how we were considering not adding red wine to our diet any longer.
We might be taking a break from wine.
Just a small break. Just a small break. But we do enjoy when we have our meetings, spending time with one another, having that conversation about the pop-ups that we do,
Yeah.
all the organizations that we work with and we support, and also just the work that we do. I'm a case manager for the Nonviolence Institute, and Karen is a...
And I'm a substitute teacher at Oak Park and River Forest High School in Oak Park. And so I get to hang around a lot of teenagers. But as you know, it's seasonal work. So that's part of the issue. It's summer now, and I have another part-time job, but part of my income leaves in the summer. And there's nothing else to make up for it.
And with the lack of resources that's around, it makes it really hard. And Karen's a parent of a teenager, so I know her expenses have to triple mine.
Well, that's interesting. I was going to mention that a couple of things. One of the strengths of our group that we're involved in is we have children of all different ages, and that's a real strength. To, like Zerlina was saying, her daughter is younger than mine, and they get to see what other kids are going through at different ages, different cultures, different ages. And the other so we get a lot of strength, and we can give each other advice and say,
and the kids can play with each other.
Yeah, the kids can play with each other.
We sit around and kind of just do us. And it takes a moment when you think, me coming from the Abla homes, it takes a moment when you think that growing up, it took a village to pretty much raise a community. When people lights were off, they would have parties, rent parties to help people pay bills, and it was pretty much not a big number of two-parent households coming up, but it was enough that it was a support group around family. And when we think of family at this particular moment, sometimes it does not have to be a blood relative.
Right.
When you look for the support that's out here, because it took me almost 3 months to realize that there were no summer programs for 9-year-olds that were within walking distance or somewhere that I would want to put my child, that I thought, if I was paying for it, will I get what I'm paying for? Or am I sending her somewhere just to play?
Right.
So, so when we thought about doing this little show where you just get to know us and we just talk and we free fall, and we do what girls do, women do, let you see a side of us that we only know.
Yes.
And it's the hurdles of being a single parent, whether you're a female or a male. We have to go through, how much does the cereal cost? Is it on sale when we shop? I know I don't get government assistance to do anything, but I do know that when it comes to healthy feeding, healthy living, those things are hard to do in a community which I reside, because I have to go to Oak Park or I have to come over to University Village or somewhere to get some type of food. My daughter is always the one who's like, she wants her lean steak. She's learning how to cook now. The first thing she learned how to cook was a steak. And I have a girlfriend who's a chef. And this is a true story, truly. And I love her dearly. And she was supposed to be here today to talk about cooking with our kids. And truly brought over some T-bone steaks for my daughter to practice how to cook.
Wow.
Taught her how to season them. Taught her how to turn them, which I was a little skeptical because it was a big cut of meat. Lo and behold, Cherish cooked 4 steaks, and they were fabulous.
Wow.
I would have paid to have this steak. But as women, these are the things that we have to do, and as men as well. Personal hygiene with our kids. What else?
Yeah, on the issue of cooking, so I've got a teenager now, and I do have an older daughter who's 23. So I was not a single mom for most of her life, but I have been a single mom for most of the life of my daughter, who's a teenager now. And something that my current teenager does is, it's actually her job to cook twice a week.
What is she cooking now? What is she cooking?
Well,
that's what I want to hear.
Well, we're on this weird diet right now.
So it's soups.
Yeah, but she made stir fry. The very first time she cooked for us, she made stir fry. But the hardest thing has been, have I asked her to cook because it's good for her, or have I asked her to cook because she cooks on the 2 nights I work late?
Oh, wow.
And she wants to cook, and she took cooking in school. But also, it's a real help to me that she's able to cook.
Okay.
And luckily, she's a good cook. And in fact, on this new diet, there was a you cut up peppers and leeks and tomatoes and onions.
Okay.
And then just kind of saute them. And I thought, oh, that sounds disgusting.
But what's this I'll say, right?
It was good,
With a
and
little
she
salt
made
and
it.
pepper and
She
tomatoes.
totally made it. But it's been fun to watch her cook and to teach her how to. Well, I didn't really teach her. She pretty much learned at school. Yeah.
Well,
but
at school. See, but
Yeah.
see, that was a resource for you.
That was a
having
great
that
resource.
At school.
Yes,
having
that
that,
was
at
a
school.
great resource.
So now we can say parents can look into their schools. Hopefully, they have things
Right.
that they can help their
Right,
children with.
right.
And I know, being an Austin resident, working, living, sleeping, and breathing Austin, that
Yeah.
it has been very, very hard finding programs. I mean, I don't want my daughter into a program just like our CPS schools, jam-packed.
Right.
Right? I want her
Right.
to be somewhere where she's doing the academics, she's doing the curriculum, she's getting ready for the next school year. And sad to say, I have to drive her all the way to 37
Yeah.
South, 3700 South,
Yeah.
and 57th Court just to get her her summer education.
Right.
And I'm like, between gas, between timing, from 7:45 in the morning to 3, and I'm at work, mind you.
Yeah.
So I have to leave work. By the grace of God, I have some great bosses who pretty
Yeah.
much know
Yeah.
what I do and how I do it, and know that help is not there. Help
Right.
is not there for me.
Right,
And the
right.
help that I do have, they're at work when I'm at
Yes.
work. So it
Yes.
makes it kind of
Yeah.
hard. And
Yeah.
then my mom lives in Humble Park, and my sister lives almost 200 South. And, you know, when you think of family, that's why we say this family focus is more so about building relationships and knowing
Yeah.
who you can
Yeah.
trust and who you can depend on. Because when my
Right.
daughter's father's passed, I really still at this moment feel like I have no one that I can depend on.
Right.
You know, we weren't together, but he was my best friend. We co-parented. And every decision that I made when it came down to purchasing a pair of shoes or a new car, he
yeah.
was, you know, he
Yeah.
was right there. I mean, he might not have paid for it. He might have complained about how much it
Right.
cost and
Right.
told me I was frivolous with money or just careless,
Right.
however he put it.
Right.
But he was there for his daughter. And then
Right.
when you think of now, Cherish tells me, she's like, oh, Mom, you're strong, you're strong. And I get up every morning, I'm thinking like another day I have to drive her to 3700 South. And I want to be like, call your dad, call your
Yeah.
dad. And
Yeah.
we don't have that. But then the summer's here.
Right.
We're still having our meetings with mothers
Yeah.
who care, and we're
Yeah.
just building and building better and stronger relationships so we can know that when I can't get up and get out the bed, and I'm blessed to have my support
Yeah.
group, that they are there. You know,
Yeah.
they'll go to work late to let
Yeah.
me get 5 more minutes of sleep, knowing that I've been up all night trying to figure out a new program for some of us to do in the community.
Right.
So
Because, you know, we've all been through that. We've all been up all night at some point.
Yeah.
and it's hard to get up, or it's hard to leave a meeting at work or leave some kind of work situation if your child needs to be picked up. So,
Yeah.
you know, we are constantly looking for resources and providing resources for each other to help with just
help.
those daily activities.
Yeah,
Just
because it's like
get through the end of the
$250
day.
if I don't pick my daughter up on time.
Yeah.
A minute, $250. Man, I'm paying for this. She's in a
Yeah.
Catholic summer school program, which her school recommended. After
Yeah.
I realized that there were pretty much none where we lived.
Right.
I had to do what I need to do. She's going into 4th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so terrified about her passing 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that she was up to par when
Right.
she got into 4th grade.
Right.
And Karen can tell you, I'm one of those parents. Pick up a book. Pick up a book.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
most of our kids, we give out books, right? We
Yes,
give out
we
books
do.
at
Yeah,
the
we
pop-up.
do. Yes.
We give out
Yep.
books
We give out
because
books, yeah.
most our children, they go to our public schools, are coming home with paper copies and not books.
Right. Right.
So we want to make sure we can advocate for books,
Right.
hardback
Right.
books. Let's make sure that our kids get exactly what we got. And
Right.
and just thinking of just everything.
Right.
I mean, when you think of, I don't cook every night. I know how to cook, love to cook. I'm not cooking every night.
Right. Right. Right.
I don't even want, when I come in the house, I want to take my shoes off, get in the shower, and just go straight to bed.
Yeah.
But we have to check homework.
Yeah.
We have to get little people ready regardless of the age.
Right.
Teenagers
Right.
or preteens.
Right.
Getting them ready and putting on a smile.
Right.
And regardless of when you want to cry. Because a lot of people don't know what single parents go through.
Right. You know, speaking of reading, you know, it's another good resource.
Right.
Public libraries.
Yeah.
Public libraries have been a good resource. It's a place for kids to hang out that's safe and quiet, and relatively quiet, not always.
Not the library.
Yeah, maybe not after school, but libraries can be good resources because you can check out books. Sometimes it depends on the library, but often the librarians for teens and children will be a good resource about the community. So I know there's at least one library on the west side.
Yeah, we have a library. We have a library.
In Oak Park also there's a pretty big library.
And that's the one we tend to
attend, a lot of people come there
from Austin.
Right.
And this is how we connect.
Right.
Karen lives in Oak Park, I live in Austin.
Right.
And once again, going outside your community to look for programs and things for your family, not just your child, but yourself as well to do, because we eat in Oak Park. We do our Sunday dinners in Oak Park. We go walk around downtown Oak Park just to be able to feel like we're safe. Cherish is in the process of thinking of a bike, and she's like, "Mommy, you know how to ride a bike? You told me you're going to teach me how to ride a bike." I was like, "Well, let's figure this out. How are we going to get the bikes to Oak Park?" You know, and I told her, I said, "Well, I'll ride my bike and you just ride your hoverboard." And she was like, "How am I going to keep up?" I'll tie a string to your waist. I don't know. You know, and having Karen that lives in Oak Park, knowing that if it's something she wanted to do, that we can go over to Oak Park, because we have friends, we have neighbors, not just who live next door to us, but in other communities that offer a lot more than what we have. And it's sad to say that, but we've developed relationships, women from two different backgrounds. We became friends. And I mean, our kids love each other.
I mean, and how we cross over to Austin is that Zerlina has more space outside her house, has more yard space. I don't have yard space. I live in an apartment, and she's got a basketball goal, and now my basketball lives at your house.
Exactly. See, and everybody laughs. I have this huge backyard. I tell people, you can live it. It doesn't matter where you live; it's how you live.
Right.
And my house is an open door policy. I tell people all the time, I bought my house because I wanted to be a part of my community, not just own a house in my community. So when you see my yard gate open or the garage bay open, everybody knows to come into my yard. We do stuff from the heart. And I think most of my stuff comes from wanting my daughter to know exactly what it takes to be a strong young lady. The violence numbers are so high. And me and Karen was just speaking about it. You know, I watch the news, I read the paper, I'm on multiple screens on my computer just looking at world news issues. And we'll talk about that in the second segment. But when your child can tell you things about immigration rights, when your child can tell you things that she's heard her president say, it makes you wonder. And because it makes me wonder so much that am I being the best parent that I can be for her, because she has some very, very strong questions, and mommy sometimes has to question herself, am I doing right by letting her listen to our president? And he is our president. You know? So, and I'm like, well, get to know each person that's elected to represent you, because he represents not just the country, and you are a part of this country, so you as well. So,
and I think we're going to talk about those issues.
We're going to talk about those issues and see, is that something that we want to even start doing to uplift our teens? And us as well, because we lack in a lot of political knowledge and information. So
it's a learning
that'll be for the next one. That's probably more heartbreaking, thinking about the resources that we don't have in our communities, and trying to explain that to your child as to why they go to school and they're the only black kid that's in a classroom or in a building. You know, it makes it really, really hard to digest a lot of things being a single parent and waking up. You have to always put that smile on your face and go on to bed. You have to always kiss that child goodnight and tell them that you love them, because the way our children of color are growing up, they're growing up really, really fast. And society, to me, seems to be acceptant of this. You know, where is the childhood at?
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about finances earlier. My teenage daughter, I haven't told you this yet, she just got a job, a summer job, which I'm really happy about. I did not work in the summers when I was a teenager, and I kind of wish I had.
Why?
Well, you know what? I did a lot of like extracurricular camp things, but it didn't instill I have a great work ethic, I have strong work ethic, and, fairly skilled at jobs I do. But I don't kind of have the habit of going to work to earn my own money. Or I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't until I was kind of older and, get on into my adult years. So I'm really happy she's just got a job. And I don't know the details of it yet, but she did get offered a job. And so
That's
I'm
great.
really happy that she's going to be earning her own money. And, being a single parent, it's kind of a difficult question to ask how much or do they contribute to the household
If they're working.
if they're working. And I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. I mean,
I have one child, and I'm
she's not
learning as I go.
working age yet. Yeah, she's not working age yet.
She thinks mommy has some money or something, because mine thinks,
Well, yeah.
like all kids, I'm gonna assume, just thinks that we can go into the store and just buy any and everything. So,
Yeah, as a matter of
I don't
fact,
know.
I didn't send her the other day. She texted me. I was at work, and she texted me, and she said, I'm at the dollar store, because she gets some stuff for her, her stuff at the dollar store. She said, I'm at the dollar store, and didn't you say you need something from the dollar store? And I said, well, no, actually, we need toilet paper.
See?
It's
We.
toilet paper for our house, and that's what we need.
See, so see how hard it is to get $1. My daughter takes my dollars out my purse and put them into her purse, and then go to the store, and I'm looking for my money. I'm like, where's my money? She's like, oh, mommy, I'll buy it for you. No, buy it for me. You have
With
my
your own money, yeah.
So I'm like, you're buying it for us, not for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But then that was like the whole goes back to the cooking part.
Right.
She was cooking steaks, and she thought she cooked the first steak she thought was just for her. So I was like,
Right.
you have 3 more steaks here.
Right.
You have to cook all the steaks for everyone
Right,
here,
right.
not just for Cheers. And Cheers was looking at me like, mommy, I'm hungry. I just want to eat my food. I don't care if you guys eat or not.
Yeah.
And then I'm stuck there like, truly.
Yeah.
You brought steaks. You need to finish cooking the steaks.
Right.
And Cheers just got her food, walked away, and was like, if you guys eat, you eat. If you don't, who cares?
Yeah, and that's a hard lesson for any child to learn. Like, to get from that being, thinking about your world revolves around you, to understanding that it revolves around a family. And sometimes you understand from the culture, if there is only one parent in the home, sometimes the kids can get messages from the culture that that's not a real family.
That's true. That's true.
And so I think something that's been a challenge for me has been, sort of continuing with the message, no, we are a real family. And we're not only our family because I gave birth to you, but we do have our extended family, and we've made a family with our friends, and they call it a chosen family, I guess.
Okay. A chosen family. That's a good one.
Family,
not a blended family.
Right. Not a
blended. We can't
blended
take it back to the
family.
Brady Bunches, right?
Right. No.
Your kids, my kids, and we all just get together and we under one roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, a chosen family. Now that's a
family.
new one. I'm gonna try to see if that can fly by in my life. I had to learn the hard way. It took my mom to tell me at 41 I've never been married. Mm-hmm. I've never lived with anyone but Cheers. Mm-hmm. And I look at the light bills. I look at the gas bills. I micromanage myself. Yeah. And I just say, God, this cannot be how you anticipated life being for anyone.
No.
I mean, working low-wage jobs, whether you're making... let's do hourly rates, because everybody working hourly. Most people don't have contracts or anything any longer.
Right.
But working, $8 an hour jobs, working $20 an hour jobs.
Yeah.
You need $50 an hour to support you and someone else.
Right.
Life insurance, health insurance. A lot of things that we're lacking, and I never paid attention to anything ever until I became a parent. Didn't care about education, school. Didn't care about all that stuff. Didn't care until I became a parent and realized that my child needed to be somewhere that I thought she was going to learn and not just be a number.
Right.
Didn't think about medical, dental, vision. Oh my God, my daughter.
The glasses.
Yeah. My daughter go through glasses like dumb.
Yeah.
You know.
And then when she's a teenager, she wants contacts too.
See? Yeah. And normally I have on contacts. I can't even afford my contacts because my daughter lost her glasses and I had to go find her some glass money to replace those. And she has 3 pair but can't find 3 pair of glasses. I'm like, is it me or is it you?
Yeah.
But, you know, those are the things we're trying to get them to clean up.
Yep, to clean up.
Trying to get them to be organized and trying to teach them how to be young adults. Like society wants them to grow up fast.
Yeah.
How do we depend on them and they dependent on us?
Yeah, and sometimes as a single parent, you're the only person nagging her to clean up her room, right? Or to do this or to study or to, you know, take care of herself. And I feel like that's a difficulty with single parents also. You're the only one telling them to do these things that aren't fun.
Or if the trash in their room is trickling out into the hallway, and you have to step over there, jump to get to your door.
And you don't have that backup of a partner to say, no, it's really true, you have to clean your room.
But we have those friends, and I am thankful because I went to my friend's office the other day, yesterday, matter of fact, and Cherish wanted to tell them because I chose not to comb her hair yesterday when I sent her to school. I said, if you can't clean up the room, I'm not combing your hair. You go to school any kind of way. We have to work together. Yeah. So she chose to tell my friend this when we went to his office, and he was like, "Well, I make Natalie clean up. You know, we have to compromise." He used his daughter as an example. Cher still didn't get it. Like, mommy makes my bed up. I sleep with mommy every night, and then I go in my room and mess my room up, and mommy comes and clean it up while I'm asleep in her bed. And he's like, "No, you're not." And she just sat there like, doo. Whatever you said, it doesn't matter to me because mommy's still gonna do what mommy lets me do. And I was just looking at her while she was saying it. I was like, this child gonna have food under the bed, growing hair. She's gonna have clothes with mold on it because I'm not going back in her room because she is confident that mommy's gonna do it. But one thing for sure, one thing for certain is that single parenting is a life experience. It should be able to go on your bio. It should be able to go. When you go to a job interview, you should be able to talk about your kids.
Do you know, for the very, very first time, I had a job interview not too long ago. It's not the one you know about, it's another one. And it was the first time I talked about my children because they were asking about how I handle difficult situations. And, you know, the most difficult situation mentally, physically, emotionally is not only having children, because a lot of people have children, but a specific thing that happened when I was alone as a parent. And I was the only one there to make the decisions about it, to handle what was happening, and then to deal with the aftermath of it. And I actually talked about that in a job interview. I haven't heard yet if I've got the job, so I don't know if it was a good strategy or a bad strategy.
I'd be the first person. If I had to interview somebody and they said they was a single parent and I was looking for someone who could micromanage, multitask, and pretty much think quick on their feet.
I have a story. I have hired somebody like that. I have hired somebody like that actually. So in my former life, when I was married and had another kind of household, I was working full time and I needed a babysitter for after school. My kids were a little bit older, and a woman came to me. I advertised, and a woman came to me. She was a single mom. Unexpectedly single mom, and she had quit her full-time job to take care of the kids, the one child that she had. And I hired her, and she was such a good babysitter. And I hired her specifically because she was doing what's best for her child. Okay. And so
well, this is the best part. Yeah. We're gonna go into our part 2. So we hope you tune in to see the part 2, because this is part 1 of single parenting. And when I tell you we're just sitting here free falling it, we're just sitting here just letting you get to know us today. Yeah. So you'll be able to know why and who we are. And thank you for tuning in, and see you in part 2. I'm Zerlina Smith, and this is Karen.
Yeah, nice to see you.